The US dollar.
The US dollar.
The US dollar.
I'm Scott Miller, and this is Defending the Dollar. As long as people have traded for mutual benefit, we've had a problem. How do we take economic value and move it across space and time? Money has been around for thousands of years because it solves that problem. It helps people move economic value. Now, barter, or direct exchange, is an ancient practice, but it only really works at a small scale. Barter depends on what an economist would call coincidence of wants. I want your apples, you want my shoes, at the same time, in the same place. But the market naturally seeks efficiency by moving toward a larger scale. And the larger the scale of production, the harder it is to find the coincidence of wants for three reasons: conversion, time frame, and location. First, the problem of conversion. Imagine you're a shoemaker who wants to buy a house. Well, it's very hard to buy a house using shoes, because whoever's selling the house probably doesn't want thousands of shoes. That's the conversion problem. The goods you want to sell don't match what your buyer wants in return. Second, the problem of time frame. In this case, imagine you own an apple orchard. You produce apples and you need to buy a truck to take them to market. Now, apples are a perishable good, so it's hard to collect enough apples to trade for that truck before they spoil. You need a way to manage the time frame difference between a perishable good and a durable one. Finally, the problem of location. If you live in City A and you want to move to City B, your house is probably pretty difficult to take with you. So you'll have to sell your home in City A and then buy a different home in City B. That's the location problem, when you want to buy something in a place where you cannot physically take your goods. The way around these problems is to use a medium of exchange, that is, an intermediary good, to facilitate the transaction. That's money. The core function of money is to be that medium of exchange. You convert your goods and services into money, which makes their economic value more easily divisible, storable, and transportable. Once a form of money is adopted as a medium of exchange, it becomes a currency. So you can think of money as the system of value that supports economic activity, and currencies as a specific form of money used in practice. Theoretically, almost any good, as long as the buyer and seller agree, can serve as a currency. But what makes some goods better than others? The preferred goods tend to have a stable, agreed-upon value and a steady supply. At first, we used commodities such as precious metals, but over time we've found better options, such as the paper and increasingly digital currencies we use today. But beyond being just a medium of exchange, money has two other functions which are key to its unique utility. Money is a unit of account, or a standard of measurement, for the value of goods and services. Just as height can be measured in inches, economic value can be measured in dollars. Effective money is a widely accepted unit of account, with an agreed-upon value. That gives us a shared economic language. Finally, money is a store of value. A farmer has a harvested crop right now, but needs to buy seeds the next planting season. Effective money is stable in value over time, so people can store their wealth and purchase goods in the future. These are the three uses of money: as a medium of exchange, a unit of account, and a store of value. Now, the type of money we are most familiar with, such as the dollar, or the euro, or the Japanese yen, is government-backed currencies, which is known as fiat currency. Fiat currencies are tools produced by governments to increase economic efficiency. But unlike coins made of precious metals, they do not have intrinsic value. Think about it. The pieces of paper in your wallet are essentially worthless. They only have value because governments say so and because people believe them. Because of this lack of intrinsic value, governments must manage fiat currencies well to maintain people's trust. For example, the 1980s were called the lost decade of Latin America because governments continually printed more and more money. This rapidly increased the inflation rate and ruined their currency's utility. people reverted back to using commodities. For a time in Peru, people were using laundry detergent as money. I saw this during the early days of my business career when I worked in the detergent business. Our trucks in Peru were constantly getting hijacked because the goods inside were a better store of value than the Peruvian currency. So our laundry detergent in practice became a currency, much to the dismay of our truck drivers. That's a major caveat for fiat currencies. If they aren't managed well, they lose their utility as money. Today, there are about 150 government-backed currencies. It's the utility of these currencies that determines their popularity. Subscribe to CSIS and stay tuned for our next episode.